Welcome to the longest running live stream for Pond, Meltdown Island's Pond Cove. As some of you do know, I'm all in on Pond. I have $250,000-$60,000 in swap volume off of only a $5,000 investment-ish. And I'm waiting for my rewards for that, right? We're supposed to get our DEX rewards when the DEX reaches $1 billion in volume. So I'm definitely excited about that. I believe it's going to melt faces, especially if someone like me gets a lot of money for being a top 18th swapper at one point. I'm sure that it's dropped, I'm sure. Because I just don't have the money like I used to have. I did really good. I 40x'd my investment, but at the same time, when everybody else stopped swapping, I didn't stop swapping, and basically made some bad swaps. And as much as they say you make one good win and you're all set, you make a couple of bad swaps and you're all set too, but in the negative, but in the bad way. You get it.
Ouch, Thorn! Ouch, Thorn!
It's felt like 12 years, I think, the last 6 months. My sleeping schedule's changed. Everything's changed because it's all focused around Crypto 2.0, Attention Economy 2.0, the engagementing. Because the more you engage, the more points, the more bonuses, the more rewards you'll get when the rewards come at $1 billion.
Meltdown Island!
So you're going to a virtual bookshelf in the desert to mine for some big gold in California. Yeah, dude. Yeah, basically. I know it sounds like I'm rambling, but I'm not.
Roses and Thorns.
My name's Dustin. I'm riding solo again this week. Might talk to some of our friends over on the Twix. Maybe not. I don't know. What I do know is I thank you for joining me today. And what is sure to be just another landmark case of me doing it. What? I don't know. My show? For why? Great question. To be honest with you, I know it's questionable when you stump yourself with questions. Am I right? I feel right, so that's all that matters sometimes. Thank you. Boy, oh boy, what a wild and crazy couple weeks. For those of you who take notes, we weren't here last week. Didn't seem like anyone missed it. Didn't seem like anyone was like, hey, where you at?
Ouch, Thorn!
Again, makes you question a lot of what you're doing in life. Maybe that's just me, but nevertheless, here we are to strive forward. Much like anything, right? Gotta try and try again. You might fail every time, but failure is the first step to, I don't know, success, I guess. What's success, really, at the end of the day? Didn't know I'd be dropping so much philosophy at the beginning of the show, but here we are. Hi there. Are you part of what I like to call the Pond ecosystem? Well, so am I. And they've done a big drop, another big drop for pork. What's pork? The Pepe fork. Congratulations to Pepe for making it back over $1 billion market cap. I think that happened today. That's exciting for people who still own Pepe. I should. I don't. That's fine. Don't have to. You can own whatever you want. You should own a couple things I tell you, though. This is not financial advice. It's not financial advice, you guys. But seriously, listen to every word I'm about to tell you, because, scammer.
Meltdown Island!
But it's all definitely going back into was our first little mission from Pondex, which we were told to follow the white rabbit and find the white pearl. Which we were told to follow the white rabbit and find the white pearl. Well, we all found the white pearl because that's Jimmy Edgars. For those of you who don't know, surprise, it's Jimmy Edgars. If you haven't figured that out yet, that's why you come to Meltdown Island. for things you should have known 4 months ago. I know I do. Jimmy Edgar's, his first NFT was a white pearl, so that was another reason to go, that's him. He did a pool void. And some people gave over $1 million to the void. Some people ain't even got $1 million, and they just gave it to a void. What? Which is crazy. Nevertheless, it happened. And they're receiving rewards, which is great. But we were told to follow the white rabbit. Well, I did a little bit of, I don't know, sleuthing, Sherlock Holming, and I found unrecycling. But ultimately, his branding for his incorporated business is a white rabbit head. A rabbit head that is in white. So I call it the white rabbit head. And, of course, at the time, Gloomy had done Pond City, done a couple other mini games, was winding up to release his VR game, which is still in the works and happening. He sort of got ostracized.
Ouch, Thorn!
January 1st comes along, and Polly, January 1st, blocks Gloomy, blocks unrecycling. What? This is not what I wrote down for my journal for 2024. I did not write down that my team, my community, the White Rabbit was going to be blocked on January 1st. No!
Meltdown Island.
So I definitely got depressed, and I definitely slept.
Ouch, Thorn!
And then come along Pond Water. What? Who? And everybody jumped in on Pond Water, which is paid very well to a certain amount of people. The key is do at least 1 billion to go 49 weeks to receive the real money. But our leader, who is blocked, has not been able to get his Pond Water. The drip, the daily rewards incentive program. He's not been able to unlock it or to receive his drip.
Ouch, Thorn!
But since he's been blocked, week 1, week 2, he basically had to invent a new way to reward us. And that was through Camera Coin, the scammer. The scammer of the cameras.
And a boy, Dustin!
Camera's fun. Camera's just now starting to make its meme debut. Just the other night, somebody was like to some fella on X. Most of my YouTube people have no idea what I'm talking about. But this fella, let's just say he's been easy with his money, comes and goes with it, takes it, and somebody's like, he's like, tell me what the new coin is, and I'll buy it basically. And this guy was like, Camera Coin, but it, you spell it with a little $sign, which makes it look like scammer. And one of his followers like, how dare you call the guy that I'm following a scammer? He's not scammered anyone. What are you doing? And they're like, I didn't call him a scammer. He asked for a coin. I just told him about Camera Coin. But it tells you, I like litmus tests, right? Things that you can put out there, and it causes people to show you what's on their mind rather than what they're actually reading. I do it all the time. I'm horrible about it, if I'm honest, which I'm not going to be.
Ouch, Thorn!
But yeah, I probably will be honest. But irregardlessly, maybe some of you are like, what are you talking about, bro? And I'll tell you. Don't worry, I'll tell you. It's an in-game currency, all right? And this game started back in November of last year of 2023. And it involves basically, it's like a buying contest. For those of you who like to buy things, you'd be real apropos to like this. Because it's like, look at me, I'm the best buyer of NFTs. I started with just like 20 bucks, 50 bucks, and instantly won 300 bucks, 500 bucks. From there, I've just kept going. And somehow I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them now, and I wouldn't have gotten them if it weren't for the wins, which just goes to show you how much I've won, because somebody said I have like 5 ETH, which right now is like $15,000. What?
What? What?
I've spent 5 ETH on digital pictures when it was my very first digital picture buy. What? I could have never imagined I spent that much, but I guess I did. And all of that, I've got to say, almost all of it came from the game itself. It's generating winners by holding these NFTs. So we've gone from round 1 to round 2 to round, I don't know where we're at right now. But we've entered a new stage, which is the release of a rewards coin slash an in-game currency in what is called Cammer, the scammeriest coin out there. I'm no tech guy. You can tell by the dents in my head. Thank you.
Ouch, Thorn.
It's been nothing but drama. Take a bunch of people with dollar signs in their eyes, and then add in money. and I'm gonna be honest with you, we go a little crazy. I know I do. And it gets a little bit dramatical, a little bit fun, a lot of it fun. But the thing is that some people get a little bit. They start talking about their genitalia a little too quickly for my liking. You know, I get it. Sometimes you just gotta talk about your genitalia. It's not necessarily my first go-to. Unless it's you know who you are. Wink. That was as awkward for me as it was for you. Thank you, Jack. I just looked down. Jack's laughing. Appreciate that, Jack, because that was definitely a weird one for me. Needless to say, here's the great thing. Everybody who owned one NFT or owned however many ETH of worth that I have, we all got the same amount of Cammer dropped into our wallets. As a surprise, if you feel like you ever did not win, here is a definite win. If you only hold one of these NFTs for this long, here you go. Congratulations. And it was great. Makes me wish I had more wallets with more of my NFTs in them. Which I guess could have been a thing. Could still be a thing. I don't know. But there are people that play it like that. He's basically giving away, he gave away 2 cars and Vegas Vacation for 2 with a credit card of $5,000 to spend while you're there. A watch, like multiple $10,000 watch or something. Some people go, oh, well, why hasn't he done this? Why isn't he doing that? Or he needs to. And some people would say that that's me. But I would argue because he might be listening and I don't want him to think that.
Ouch, Thorn! Ouch, Thorn!
Because there's part of me that does not know the levels and the intensity of what's going on. All I know is he is investing all of his own money in this coin for the burns, for the liquidity pools, for the rewards. Because again, all of his money that was our money is locked up in pond water.
Ouch, Thorn!
He's giving away a cottage, a house, a little house on a golf course in the great state of Indiana, and also property, land. You can actually win land. How? How can I win this? By owning his NFTs. It's that simple. And he just released brand new for this next, I guess, iteration. Okay, I think I did that right. For this next iteration, he's released brand new NFTs, base pieces. And of course they are the cake and the potion thrice. And we've done it twice and we did it so nice, they gave us a thrice. And needless to say, they're delicious. Because it's money. And it would also be these other prizes. Also, there's like super secret pools. There's all kinds of fun little things that are happening. There is going to be a moment, Mark, where we're brought out to California. On recycling, the White Rabbit has bought a mountain and 2 valleys. And those valleys happen to go feed into what is called Joshua's tree. I guess there's a fella from back in the way back who had his own cactus, and he named it a tree, and they all made fun of him. And the joke became a meme, and then I think one of the presidents was like, well, why don't we just take some land and call it Joshua's tree? We'll make fun of him like that. Now, I don't know if don't quote me on that, Mark, but that could be how the story goes. And apparently, though, it's just a desert with, like, cactuses, right? And, oh, I love beauty. I love nature. But at the same time, how much beauty and nature can you see in a desert, right? Am I right, though? You know I'm right. Apparently, it's beautiful at night. You go out and the stars are bright at night with no light pollution. Clap, 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 clap. So, you got two entrances going into a national state park. Maybe it's both, maybe it's neither. It's one. I think it's national. It's at least state. It's a park nonetheless. And he got two of the entrances where he's going to build these pods. And in these pods, we're going to be going in there. I don't know if you've seen Ready Player One. You seen Ready Player One? You go in there and you got your VR set on. And they have these like running track pads. They go 360 degrees. And then you can leave the pod and you can go outside and you'll be in an AR, an augmented reality. So you'll be in the desert, in a big city in the desert with like stuff. What kind of stuff? Augmented reality stuff. So people will be like, whoa. Other people will be like, what are those people doing over there? They look crazy. And I get to be one of those crazy people. Pretty exciting stuff. All of the money that those generate with time fees to rent, to play around with the future, by the way, all of that money goes back into Camera Coin, goes back to scam us with more money, which is exciting. I got there. I'm technically on an, oh Lord, Isthmus. He's on an Isthmus, I think. He don't know, though. He don't even know. I apologize for him giving misinformation, you guys. He's trying to flood our space right now. And I don't appreciate it. What'd I tell you about false information, Sean? You're going to get me banned. And it's not looking good for our comedy duo for the Pond Public Goods right now when half of the duo is not around. These are essential moments and days. Right now. I'm blocked by most of them, I'll be honest with you. If you're blocked by all of the artists that you want to be in consideration with, how can your art be viewed? How can your art be appreciated as public goods if the public has you blocked?